The German Chancellor has criticised Austria and other countries along the Balkans migration route for closing their borders to refugees. Angela Merkel says this is placing too heavy a burden on Greece, where tens of thousands of people are stranded. But the stream of people trying to reach Greece hasn't slowed, and the Aegean Sea has claimed the lives of 5 more refugees, including a 3-month-old baby girl. The Turkish Coast Guard rescued 9 people and is still searching for others. Iranians and Afghans were on the boat, which was on its way to the Greek island of Lesbos. The refugees that have already arrived in Greece are hoping to continue their journey towards Central and Northern Europe. But the main migration route through the Balkans is now effectively shut, after Slovenia, Croatia, Hungary and Serbia and Macedonia all closed their borders. Thousands of people are stranded along the route. The most urgent situation is at the makeshift Idomeni camp on the Greek side of the Macedonian border. TRT World's Alican Ayanla is there and has more on the conditions in the camp.
Conditions here continue to worsen. With the rain continuing to fall, Idomeni has turned into one big muddy mess. Men and women are constantly coughing and children are crying, and people are finding it very difficult to move around. With the stricter border conditions effectively closing the border, people are confused. There's a lot of mixed feelings on the ground here. Some people are choosing to get onto buses and to go back to Athens, which is about 550 kilometers away, where they've been told they'd be put into hotels, but no one really knows for certain. Others are choosing to go back to Athens because they want to properly process their papers, which could take weeks, months, perhaps even longer. Others are determined to stay, to wait it out, however long it takes. One person that we spoke to said that he had nothing to lose, that he'd already been dying in Syria for the past 5 years, referring to the 5-year civil war. So a lot of mixed feelings here on the ground in Idomeni.
On the political front, the EU is hoping that tentative deal with Turkey will stop the flow of people across the Mediterranean. But the deal still hasn't been finalised, which has left Greece in a very difficult position, something that's been highlighted by the German Chancellor Angela Merkel told a German radio station. "I think that Austria's unilateral decision and then those made subsequently by Balkan countries will obviously bring us fewer refugees, but they put Greece in a very difficult situation. If we do not manage to reach a deal with Turkey, then Greece cannot bear the weight for long." With more on the situation in Greece, Anna Sorokodakis has sent this report from Athens.
There have been talks that the Greek authorities are thinking of clearing the camp in Idomeni and hopefully opening about 15 army camps within Greece. At the moment, the various camps which are open to refugees are not able to host more than roughly 3,000 people, which means that this is going to cause a very big problem. At the moment, NGOs are the ones who are taking care of the refugees, and volunteers are being called upon as an urgent measure. The camps are able to take care of them up to a certain point, but it is a problem. People actually do not have anywhere to go. A camp was recently opened in the area of Schistos, which is now functioning, and some people were transferred there. And I just received word that there is a possibility that the main port of Piraeus, which is currently hosting 3,300 refugees, will be transported to Larissa, which is towards the north of Greece. Greece is going through a crisis, as you well know, and the authorities are trying to implement urgent measures. Refugees and migrants are being collected from main squares where the migrants and the refugees would gather in order to leave Greece. This is no longer happening. So essentially they're being collected, and there is no answer to what will happen to them other than the fact that the government is trying to find a solution, but it's mostly been aided by volunteers and NGOs.